You've been looking at those empty garden beds all winter, and something inside you keeps whispering that you could fill them with spectacular blooms come spring. What stops most people? They think growing flowers from seeds is complicated, expensive, and requires special equipment they don't have. But the truth is that almost everything you believe about seed starting is wrong. In fact, the cheapest, easiest, and most effective method for growing thousands of beautiful flowers is hiding right in your recycling bin.
Winter sowing is a gardening method that completely transforms how you grow plants. This technique costs almost nothing, requires zero special equipment, and honestly, nature does most of the work for you. By learning this method, you'll understand exactly why serious gardeners have been using this technique for years, and you'll have everything you need to fill your garden with blooms that would cost a fortune at any nursery. Winter sowing is the process of creating a miniature greenhouse using a recycled container. You fill this container with soil, plant your seeds inside, and then place it outside in your yard during the winter months. The beautiful part is that the snow and rain water your seeds naturally. The sun provides the light, and when temperatures get warm enough, your seeds know it's time to sprout. After you set everything up, you barely have to touch it again until spring arrives. This method works because you're using nature's own temperature cycles to trigger seed germination. Seeds are smart and have evolved over thousands of years to know when conditions are right for growing. Winter sowing lets seeds follow their natural instincts without any help from you. The biggest advantage is that your seedlings grow outdoors from day one. This means you skip the hardening off process that indoor gardeners have to do. Hardening off is when you gradually get indoor plants used to outdoor conditions over several weeks. It's time-consuming, and your plants are more likely to get shocked or damaged. Winter-sown seedlings don't have this problem. They start tough from the beginning, and by spring, they're already built for survival. The containers act like little greenhouses, too. This protects your seeds from hungry birds and your growing plants from rodents and other garden visitors. The whole setup is hands-off, affordable, and produces results that will impress anyone who sees your garden. Before you start, here's what you actually need. The good news is that most of these items are things you probably already have at home or can find for free. Your first item is a container to build your mini greenhouse from. The best options are milk jugs, large water jugs, or even clear plastic salad containers. If your container previously held anything other than water, wash it thoroughly first to ensure it's clean and free from any chemical residue. The container must be clear or translucent because your seedlings need sunlight to grow properly. The container also needs enough height so you can add soil and let plants grow without running out of space. Large water containers with handles are durable and easy to move, but milk jugs work just as well. Some gardeners have had success with takeout containers from restaurants, bakeries, or grocery store deli sections. Whatever you choose, make sure it can hold at least a few inches of soil. Your next essential item is potting soil. This is crucial. Use potting soil, not seed starting mix. Most people get this backwards, and it causes problems. Potting soil holds more moisture and contains more nutrients, which your seedlings need during their months outside. Seed starting mix is too light, too sterile, and doesn't have enough nutrients to keep plants healthy for a long winter outdoors. The difference between these two products is significant, so don't skip this step. You'll need tools to cut your containers and create drainage holes. Simple scissors or a utility knife both work perfectly. You'll also need to make drainage holes in the bottom of your container using these same tools. Just poke holes and twist gently until you've created 5 or 6 small openings. High-quality duct tape is essential for sealing your containers. Don't buy cheap duct tape from discount stores. Invest in quality duct tape from a reputable brand. You need tape that stays sticky in cold weather and rain for months. Poor quality tape will fail, and your greenhouse effect will be ruined. You need a way to label your containers that won't fade or wash away. Garden markers or permanent markers work well. Some gardeners use special China markers or outdoor pencils designed for plant tags. These don't rub off easily and work beautifully on duct tape. You'll also want plant labels or tags.
You can buy inexpensive plant tags online or make your own using popsicle sticks, old utensils, or cut-up yogurt containers. Label everything because you will forget what you planted, no matter how confident you are right now. Finally, you need seeds. The wonderful thing about winter sowing is that you can grow almost any type of seed this way. Your options are practically endless. Perennials are plants that come back year after year, and they're absolutely ideal for winter sowing. Most perennials require something called cold stratification, which means the seeds need a period of cold, wet conditions to break down their protective coating so they can germinate. Winter sowing provides this naturally, which is why perennials thrive with this method. Coneflowers are incredibly popular and come in stunning varieties. They don't typically bloom until their second year, but the seedlings are strong and healthy. Rudbeckia flowers are similar to coneflowers. These golden flowers are reliable and beautiful and grow vigorously from winter-sown seeds. Blue globe thistle, or echinops, features architectural plants with spherical blue flower heads that are conversation starters in any garden. Delphiniums are tall spikes of blue, purple, or pink flowers that are traditionally difficult to grow from seed, but winter sowing changes that completely. Canterbury bells, or campanula, are biennial plants that need 2 years to bloom, but they're worth the wait as winter sowing gets them off to a strong start. Verbascum in the Southern Charm variety produces stunning tall flowers with dense flower spikes that are gorgeous and respond perfectly to winter sowing. Lytris, or blazing star, is another perennial that germinates beautifully with winter sowing. Echinacea, or rattlesnake master, or eryngium, is an unusual perennial that does exceptionally well with cold stratification from winter sowing. Some plants actually prefer cooler temperatures and grow best in spring and fall. Kale produces sturdy seedlings perfect for your vegetable garden. Spinach is another cool season crop that germinates reliably with this method. Cilantro and other herbs grow wonderfully from winter-sown seeds and give you fresh harvests all season. Some flowers bloom in spring and early summer. Larkspur provides cool weather flowers that produce tall, romantic spikes of color. Bachelor's buttons, or cornflowers, are simple, cheerful flowers that bloom prolifically. Feverfew offers delicate white flowers with yellow centers that self-seed readily. Snapdragons are classic garden flowers that produce healthy seedlings from winter sowing. Certain plants need warm soil to germinate, so you delay planting until spring. Zinnias are incredibly easy to grow and produce abundant seedlings. While they don't winter sow well, they spring sow beautifully if you start in early April. Marigolds are cheerful golden and orange flowers that fill garden spaces quickly, though older seed packets have poor germination rates. Celosia, or coxcomb, produces unusual and striking flowers in red, pink, orange, and purple. Cleome, or spider flower, are tall plants with interesting flower clusters that attract pollinators. Verbena offers colorful flowers that spread nicely and attract butterflies. Some plants feature unique seeds worth noting. Gomphrena, globe amaranth, produces round, colorful flowers that germinate beautifully when seeds experience moisture. Winter sowing provides perfect conditions with snow and rain. Lunaria, honesty, or money plant are interesting plants grown as much for their decorative seed pods as their flowers. Selected varieties like Zinnia Atomic Purple show superior winter sowing performance. The timing depends entirely on where you live. In general zones, you can start winter sowing any time during the winter months. In zones 6B to 7A, you might typically begin in January. However, your timeline will be different based on your specific location. The easiest way to figure out your timeline is to search online for when to start winter sowing plus your specific region or zone. A quick search will give you a date range that's perfect for your area. Some gardeners start as early as November, while others wait until February. The important thing is that you're giving seeds enough time outdoors to experience the cold period they need, with enough time left in spring for them to grow and be transplant ready.
Start by creating drainage holes in the bottom of your container. Use your scissors or utility knife to poke holes, then twist gently to enlarge them. You want about 5 or 6 holes per container. These are essential for preventing waterlogging and keeping your soil at the right moisture level. This is a critical step that many people overlook. Cut your container almost all the way around, but leave about 1 inch of material intact on one side. This creates a hinge that is incredibly useful because later, when temperatures warm up in spring, you'll open these flaps to provide ventilation to your seedlings. They'll prevent your plants from getting too hot inside the greenhouse environment. Before filling your containers, moisten your potting soil. You don't want it soaking wet. Instead, you want it evenly moist throughout, like a wrung-out sponge. This helps the soil settle properly and ensures moisture is distributed evenly. Pour moistened soil into your container until it reaches about 1 inch below where your cut line is. Pack the soil down gently with your hands to remove air pockets. You want firm soil that won't compress further once your seedlings start growing. An assembly line approach works beautifully here. Make all your drainage holes, cut all your containers, fill all your soil, and then move to the next step.
Start by creating drainage holes in the bottom of your container. Use your scissors or utility knife to poke holes, then twist gently to enlarge them. You want about 5 or 6 holes per container. These are essential for preventing waterlogging and keeping your soil at the right moisture level. This is a critical step that many people overlook. Cut your container almost all the way around, but leave about 1 inch of material intact on one side. This creates a hinge that is incredibly useful because later, when temperatures warm up in spring, you'll open these flaps to provide ventilation to your seedlings. They'll prevent your plants from getting too hot inside the greenhouse environment. Before filling your containers, moisten your potting soil. You don't want it soaking wet. Instead, you want it evenly moist throughout, like a wrung-out sponge. This helps the soil settle properly and ensures moisture is distributed evenly. Pour moistened soil into your container until it reaches about 1 inch below where your cut line is. Pack the soil down gently with your hands to remove air pockets. You want firm soil that won't compress further once your seedlings start growing. An assembly line approach works beautifully here. Make all your drainage holes, cut all your containers, fill all your soil, and then move to the next step. Refer to your seed packet for planting depth instructions because different seeds have different needs. Some are planted shallowly, barely covered with soil, while others need to be buried deeper. Follow the packet instructions precisely. This is also when you place your plant tags inside the container. These internal labels are your insurance against confusion later. Even if the external labels fade or wash away, you'll still know what you planted by looking inside. If you want to grow 2 different varieties in the same container, use plant tags as dividers. This lets you maximize space and grow more plants from fewer containers. Just clearly label each section so you don't mix them up in spring. Give your seeds a gentle, final watering before sealing everything up. Use a watering can with a gentle shower setting or a hand pump sprayer. The goal is to moisten the soil thoroughly without creating mud or washing seeds to the surface. This is the final sealing step. Use your high-quality duct tape to seal all the cut edges of your container. Make sure the tape is pressed firmly so condensation and moisture are trapped inside. This creates the greenhouse effect that makes everything work. Location is important, but not complicated. Place your containers outside where they'll receive both water and sunlight. Position them away from areas where wind might knock them over. If you tuck them against your house, make sure the eaves, gutters, or roof overhangs aren't blocking water and snow from reaching them. Your containers need access to natural precipitation. Never put the original bottle cap back on, because this opening is how your containers receive rain and snow. This is your watering system, and it's completely natural and automatic. If you live in an unusually dry winter, you might need to provide supplemental watering occasionally. Check your containers by picking them up. If they feel very light, they need water. Use a hand pump sprayer to add water gently if needed. By the time spring arrives, typically 3 to 4 months after planting, something remarkable happens inside those containers. Overall, when you start approximately 24 containers that season, all but about 5 show beautiful, healthy germination. The failure rate is roughly 20%, primarily due to seed age. The success rate is 80%, which is exceptional. The seedlings all look vigorous and healthy, clearly ready for transplanting into the garden. Most perennials require a period of cold stratification, which means they evolved in climates where seeds experience winter cold and moisture, which triggers germination signals. Winter sowing mimics this perfectly. By creating your containers in January or February, you're providing the exact conditions these seeds evolved to recognize. The cold temperatures, the moisture from snow and rain, and the freezing and thawing cycles all work together to break down the seed coating. When spring arrives and temperatures rise, these seeds are primed and ready to germinate. It's nature's own alarm clock. When spring arrives and your seedlings are ready, transplanting is straightforward. Gently flip your container over and squeeze it like you would any plant pot. The root ball will slide out, showing you all the root development that occurred over the winter and early spring. Gently separate the seedlings by teasing them apart with your fingers. Be careful with the delicate roots, but don't be afraid. These plants have been outdoors in real conditions, so they're tougher than typical indoor seedlings.
For spacing, use your hand as a guide. Make a hole with your thumb and plant one seedling. Then use your pointer finger as the spacing guide for the next seedling. This gives consistent spacing of roughly 6 to 8 inches apart, depending on the plant's mature size. Adjust spacing based on how large each variety grows. Winter sowing eliminates so many complications that frustrate new gardeners. You need no grow lights, no shelves, no special equipment, and no constant babysitting. Nature provides the light, the water, and the temperature control. The seedlings you produce are stronger and more resilient because they've been growing outdoors from day one. They're already adapted to wind, rain, cold, and sunlight. When you transplant them into your garden, there's no shock. They barely notice the change because they've already been living outdoors. The cost is almost zero. You're recycling containers you would have thrown away. The only expense is potting soil and seeds, which cost far less than buying transplants at a nursery. Winter sowing transforms your gardening life, and it can transform yours too. You're about to fill your garden with hundreds of beautiful flowers that would cost a fortune to purchase as transplants. Imagine opening those containers in spring and discovering healthy, vibrant seedlings ready to create the garden of your dreams. This is the easiest, cheapest way to grow beautiful flowers and fill your garden with spectacular blooms. Your garden is going to be absolutely spectacular this year.